Your phone rings. You see Social Security Administration on the caller ID. Your first instinct? Panic, because you know that Social Security is your lifeline. Lose that, and you lose everything. But here's what the scammers are counting on: your panic. They want you to be scared. They want you to act without thinking, because a scared person doesn't ask questions. A scared person just gives information. Right now, over 30 million seniors are getting calls just like this every single year, and millions of them are falling for it. But you're not going to be one of them. Because in the next 12 minutes, I'm teaching you the 13 red flags that immediately expose any Social Security scam caller. More importantly, I'm giving you a verification system that works 100% of the time, so that the next time your phone rings and the caller claims to be Social Security, you'll know exactly what to do, and exactly how to protect yourself. Let's go. The Social Security Administration is one of the most impersonated government agencies in America. The FBI reports that Social Security scams cost Americans over $500 million every single year. $500 million. That's just Social Security. When you add in Medicare fraud, IRS impersonation, and other government imposter schemes, we're talking about billions. But here's what makes Social Security scams especially dangerous. Your Social Security check isn't just money. It's survival. It's your rent. It's your medications. It's your food. For most seniors, Social Security is the only income they have. So when someone calls and says your benefits are at risk, it's not just a financial threat. It's an existential threat. Your brain goes into survival mode. Fear overrides logic, and that's exactly what these criminals are counting on. The AARP did a study on seniors who fell victim to Social Security scams. They found that beyond the financial loss, victims suffered from severe depression, anxiety, and shame. Some couldn't sleep for weeks. Some isolated themselves from family out of embarrassment. Some even contemplated suicide. This isn't just about money. This is about emotional trauma that lasts months or years. The good news? This scam is completely preventable. You don't need to be tech-savvy. You don't need to be paranoid. You just need to know 13 simple red flags. 13 warning signs that will immediately tell you whether a call is legitimate or a scam. And you need to know one verification system that works every single time. Let me walk you through exactly how this scam works so you understand the psychology. The call comes in. You see a number on your caller ID that looks official. Many scammers use technology called spoofing that makes their number appear to come from the Social Security Administration. It looks like 1-800-772-1211. That's actually the real Social Security number, but the call is originating from a crime ring in a different country. The caller speaks with an American accent. Sounds professional. Uses government jargon. They tell you one of several stories. Your Social Security number has been suspended due to suspicious activity. Your benefits are being held pending verification. There's a warrant for your arrest related to fraudulent use of your Social Security number. You need to verify your information to prevent your benefits from being cut off. They create urgency. We need to resolve this immediately, or your benefits stop this week. They ask you to confirm personal information: your Social Security number, your date of birth, your bank account information. Sometimes they ask you to transfer money to a secure government account. Sometimes they tell you to buy gift cards or iTunes cards or Google Play cards. Sometimes they say you need to pay a fee to unlock your benefits. And here's the psychology that makes this work. By the time they ask for money, you've already confirmed so much personal information that you believe this is real. You've already been scared into panic mode. You've already mentally accepted that this could be legitimate. Your guard is down, your fear is up. And then when they ask for the payment, you don't question it as much as you would if a stranger called out of the blue asking for money. The scam works because it layers false information with real details, mixes urgency with official-sounding language, and exploits your justified fear about losing benefits you depend on for survival. Now let's go through the 13 red flags that will protect you. These are the warning signs that immediately expose a scam. Red flag number 1. The Social Security Administration called you first. This is the most important one. Write this down. The SSA will never call you unless you called them first. They don't call to threaten benefit suspension. They don't call asking you to verify information. They don't call about suspicious activity. If you get a call claiming to be from Social Security and you didn't call them first, it's a scam. Period. Full stop. You don't need to verify anything else. Just hang up. But I know what you're thinking. What if there really is an issue? What if I'm wrong? That's exactly the fear the scammers are counting on. Here's how to handle it. If you're worried there might be an issue with your Social Security, you hang up that call. Then you call Social Security yourself using the number on your Social Security card or the number from the official SSA website. You do not use any number that the caller gave you. You call the official number and ask if there's an issue with your account. If there is, they'll help you. If there isn't, you know the call was fake. This is the gold standard of verification. Red flag number 2. They ask you to confirm personal information. The SSA already has your personal information. They don't need you to tell them. If someone is asking you to confirm your Social Security number, your date of birth, your mother's maiden name, your bank account number, that's an immediate red flag. Real government agencies don't ask you to recite sensitive information over the phone. They already have it. They might ask you to verify one small detail to confirm you're the right person, but they never ask you to rattle off your Social Security number or banking details. That's always a sign of a scam. Red flag number 3. They threaten immediate consequences. Your benefits will be suspended immediately. You'll face criminal charges. We're filing a warrant for your arrest. Real government agencies don't operate this way. They send letters. They give you time. They have due process. If the Social Security Administration had a problem with your account, you would get a letter in the mail first. A formal notice. You would have time to respond. You would not get a threatening phone call demanding immediate action. Threats of immediate consequences are a classic scam tactic. Red flag number 4. They create artificial urgency. We need to resolve this in the next 15 minutes. This is your last opportunity. If you don't verify now, your case will be closed. Real government processes don't work this way. The SSA doesn't operate on artificial deadlines. They don't say, act now, or it's too late. They give people time, reasonable time. The creation of artificial urgency is designed to make you stop thinking and start acting. And that's exactly when mistakes happen. Red flag number 5. They ask for payment. The Social Security Administration does not collect payments over the phone. They do not ask you to buy gift cards. They do not ask you to wire money. They do not ask you to transfer funds to a government account. If someone is asking for any form of payment, whether it's by credit card, gift card, wire transfer, or cryptocurrency, it's a scam. Full stop. The SSA collects taxes and Social Security payments through official payroll channels. They don't collect anything over the phone from beneficiaries. Red flag number 6. They ask you not to tell anyone. Don't tell your family about this investigation. Don't contact your bank. Don't speak to anyone else. Real government agencies don't tell you to keep secrets. They encourage transparency. They encourage you to verify. If someone is telling you to keep a call secret, that's a massive red flag. That's an isolation tactic. Scammers isolate you from people who could help you see through the deception. Red flag number 7. They can't verify their own identity. Ask them to provide their name, their department, their employee ID number. Ask them to send you a letter in the mail. Ask them to provide a case number that you can look up on the official SSA website. A real Social Security representative can do all of these things. A scammer will get flustered. They'll make excuses. They'll say they can't send letters. They'll say the case is too sensitive to be documented. Real government employees have official identification. They can verify who they are. Red flag number 8. They use a generic greeting. How are you doing today? Can you hear me okay? Is this a good time to talk? Scammers often start with generic pleasantries to sound casual and friendly. This puts you at ease. Real Social Security representatives are usually more direct. They get straight to business. They're not trying to build rapport. They're processing cases. Small talk is a sign someone is trying to establish false comfort. Red flag number 9. They somehow know your Social Security number already. Wait, you might think, isn't that proof it's real? No. Scammers have access to massive amounts of personal data breaches, the dark web, public records. They have your name, your Social Security number, sometimes even your family members' information. Just because they know something about you doesn't mean they're legitimate. In fact, scammers often open calls by saying, "I have your Social Security number here. Can you confirm the last 4 digits?" This sounds official, but they're just proving they have access to information they shouldn't have. Red flag number 10. They mention criminal charges or warrants. There's a warrant for your arrest. You're involved in a federal investigation. Criminal charges are being filed. Real law enforcement doesn't call you on the phone and threaten you. They send official documents. They contact you through proper legal channels. The threat of arrest is an emotional trigger that makes people panic and make bad decisions. That's why scammers use it. Red flag number 11. They pressure you to act immediately. This ties into artificial urgency, but it's worth repeating. Legitimate government business doesn't require split-second decisions. You should never feel pressured to take action on the phone. If someone is pushing you to make a decision right now, that's a red flag. Red flag number 12. They claim to be calling from an unusual number or location. I'm calling from the Washington, D.C. headquarters. I'm with the Social Security Regional Office. Real Social Security representatives work from standardized call centers. If someone is claiming to be calling from an unusual location or gives you a weird number, be suspicious. The legitimate Social Security customer service line is 1-800-772, heater 1211. Red flag number 13. The call quality is poor or the background sounds strange. Scammers often operate from overseas call centers. The phone quality might be bad. You might hear background noise. You might hear other people speaking in different languages. Real government call centers have professional equipment. The call quality is clear. The background is quiet and professional. If the call sounds like it's coming from a chaotic call center somewhere, that's a red flag. Now, here's the verification system that works 100% of the time. It's simple, it's foolproof, and it takes about 5 minutes. Step 1. If you get a call claiming to be from Social Security, do not give any information. Do not confirm anything. Just listen. Say something like, "Okay, let me get my information." Then end the call. Step 2. Call Social Security back yourself using the official number. The number is on your Social Security card. Or you can go to SSA.gov and find the official customer service number. Do not use any number that the caller provided. You call them. Step 3. Tell them you received a call and ask if it was legitimate. Describe what the caller said. Ask if there's actually an issue with your account. A real Social Security representative will tell you the truth. Either there's a legitimate issue that you can discuss, or there isn't, and you know the call was fake. Step 4. If there is a legitimate issue, handle it through official channels. Through that phone call you made to the official number, through the mail, through the official SSA website, never through the phone number that called you. This system is bulletproof. You cannot fall for a scam if you follow this system, because scammers cannot maintain the deception when you call Social Security yourself using the official number. The lie falls apart immediately. But what if you're watching this and you're realizing that you already gave information? What if you already sent money? First, don't panic. Second, don't wait. Act immediately. If you gave your Social Security number, contact Social Security directly and ask them to monitor your account for fraud. If you gave your bank account information, call your bank immediately and tell them you've been compromised. Ask them to watch for unauthorized transactions. If you sent money through gift cards, contact the gift card company immediately. Some can still freeze the cards if you report quickly. If you sent money through wire transfer, contact your bank immediately and report it as fraud. File a report with the FTC at Report Fraud, FTC Govida. File a report with the FBI at ic3.gov. Call your local police department and file a report. These reports create a record. They help law enforcement track these criminals and, most importantly, tell your family. Tell someone. Don't carry this shame alone. There's no shame in being targeted by professional criminals. The Social Security Administration will never call you first. Remember that. If they call, it's a scam. Hang up. Call them back using the official number. That's it. That's the system. If this video helped you, subscribe. Share it with your loved ones, because the next call might come to them, and you could be the person who saves them from losing their life savings. Thanks for watching. Now that you know the 13 red flags and the verification system, let me give you additional layers of protection. First, register your phone number on the National Do Not Call Registry. Go to Do Not Call, Gov, and add your number. This won't stop scammers, but it reduces the volume of unwanted calls. Second, consider using call blocking technology. Most smartphones now have built-in features that screen unknown numbers. On iPhone, go to Settings, then Phone, then Silence Unknown Callers. On Android, open your phone app, tap the three dots, go to Settings, then Caller ID and Spam, and turn on Filter Spam Calls. These features send calls from unknown numbers straight to voicemail. If it's legitimate, they'll leave a message. Third, never answer calls from numbers you don't recognize. Let them go to voicemail. Real government agencies will leave a message. Scammers usually won't because they're calling thousands of numbers and don't have time to leave messages everywhere. Fourth, tell your family about these scams. Make sure your adult children know. Make sure your grandchildren know. Create a family code word. If someone calls claiming to be from the government and says there's an emergency, tell them you'll call them back after you verify with your family. A legitimate caller won't have a problem with that. A scammer will push back. Fifth, check your Social Security account regularly. You can create a My Social Security account at SSA and Gov. This lets you monitor your benefits, your earnings record, and any changes to your account. If something looks wrong, you'll catch it early. These are proactive steps that create multiple layers of defense between you and the scammers. Let's talk about why seniors are targeted so heavily by these scams. It's not random, it's strategic. Scammers target seniors for several specific reasons. First, seniors are more likely to have savings. You've spent decades working and saving. You have retirement accounts, home equity, savings accounts. Scammers know this. They're going after people who have money to steal. Second, seniors are more likely to answer phone calls. Younger generations ignore calls from unknown numbers. But many seniors were raised in an era when you answered the phone. It's a habit, a cultural norm. Scammers exploit this. Third, seniors are more likely to trust authority. People who grew up respecting government institutions are more vulnerable to government impersonation scams. When someone claims to be from Social Security, there's an instinctive deference to authority that makes people less likely to question. Fourth, seniors are more isolated. Many live alone. They don't have daily interaction with people who might spot the warning signs. They're making decisions without the benefit of a second opinion. Scammers specifically target isolated individuals because there's no one to intervene. Fifth, there's shame. Seniors who fall victim to scams often don't report it because they're embarrassed. They don't want their family to think they're losing their mental sharpness. They don't want to be seen as foolish. This shame keeps the scam going. It prevents warnings. It allows scammers to operate with impunity. Understanding why you're targeted helps you understand that this isn't about you being naive or stupid. This is about criminals who have studied human psychology, identified vulnerabilities, and built sophisticated systems to exploit them. Let me share some real examples so you can see how these scams play out. Case 1. Margaret from Ohio, 76 years old. She received a call from someone claiming to be Officer Johnson from the Social Security Administration. He said her Social Security number had been linked to a car found on the Texas-Mexico border with drugs and blood in it. There was a warrant for her arrest unless she could prove she wasn't involved. Margaret panicked. She'd never been in trouble with the law. The officer told her not to tell anyone because the investigation was confidential. He said she needed to move her money to a secure government account to protect it from being seized. Over 3 days, Margaret withdrew her entire savings, $48,000. She sent it via wire transfer to an account the officer provided. 2 days later, she mentioned the situation to her daughter. Her daughter immediately knew it was a scam. By then, the money was gone. Case 2. Robert from Florida, 82 years old, Vietnam veteran. He received a call saying his Social Security benefits were being suspended due to a computer error. The caller said he needed to verify his information to unlock his account. Robert gave his Social Security number, his date of birth, his bank account number. The caller said there was a small fee to process the reinstatement, $99. Robert gave his credit card information. Within hours, the scammers had charged thousands of dollars to his credit card and attempted to drain his bank account. Case 3. Dorothy from Arizona, 71 years old. She received a call saying her Social Security number had been compromised in a data breach. The caller offered to issue her a new Social Security number for a one-time fee of $300. She needed to pay with gift cards. Dorothy went to Walgreens, bought $300 in iTunes gift cards, and read the numbers to the caller. The money was gone instantly. What do all these cases have in common? Fear, urgency, isolation, and the exploitation of trust in government authority. Every single one of these victims thought they were doing the right thing. They thought they were protecting themselves. That's the insidious nature of these scams. So, what does legitimate Social Security contact actually look like? Let me describe it so you have a clear picture. Legitimate Social Security communication starts with a letter. If there's an issue with your account, you will receive an official letter in the mail from the Social Security Administration. This letter will explain the issue, what you need to do, and how to contact them if you have questions. It will have official letterhead. It will have a case number. It will have a specific person's name and contact information. If you need to contact Social Security, you call them. You use the number on your Social Security card or the official number from the SSA website, which is 1-800-772-1211. When you call, you'll go through an automated system first. You'll be asked to select options. Eventually, you'll speak to a representative. They will ask you to verify your identity by asking questions that only you would know. They will not ask you to recite your full Social Security number. They already have it. They might ask you to confirm the last 4 digits. They will never ask for payment over the phone. If there's a payment issue, such as an overpayment that needs to be returned, they will send you a letter with payment instructions. You can pay online through the official SSA website. You can pay by mail with a check. You never pay with gift cards. You never pay with wire transfers. You never pay with cryptocurrency. Legitimate Social Security business is documented. Everything has a paper trail. Everything has a case number. Everything can be verified through official channels. If someone is pressuring you to act quickly without documentation, it's not legitimate. If you receive a Social Security scam call, even if you didn't fall for it, you should report it. Reporting helps law enforcement track these criminals. Report the call to the FTC at Report Fraud. FTC Govers. This is the Federal Trade Commission's fraud reporting system. It takes about 5 minutes. Report the call to the Social Security Administration's Office of Inspector General. You can do this online at OIG, SESA, Gov. Look for the Fraud Reporting section. report the phone number to your phone carrier. Most carriers have systems to block numbers that are reported for scam activity. If you gave information but didn't send money, monitor your accounts closely. Check your bank statements every day for a few weeks. Check your credit card statements. Set up alerts on your account so you're notified of any unusual activity. Consider placing a fraud alert on your credit report. You can do this by contacting one of the 3 credit bureaus: Equifax, Experian, or TransUnion. A fraud alert makes it harder for someone to open new accounts in your name. If you sent money, time is critical. Contact your bank immediately if you sent a wire transfer. Sometimes banks can reverse transactions if you report quickly enough. Contact the gift card company if you paid with gift cards. Some companies can freeze cards if the scammers haven't used them yet. File a police report. This creates an official record and can help with insurance claims or other recovery efforts. Document everything. Write down the date and time of the call, the name the caller gave, the phone number that called you, what they said, what you said, what information you gave, what money you sent. This documentation will be crucial for law enforcement and for any attempts at recovery. If you've been victimized by a Social Security scam, the financial loss is only part of the damage. The emotional toll can be devastating. Let's talk about emotional recovery because it matters. First, understand that this is not your fault. You were targeted by professional criminals who have perfected their tactics through thousands of calls. Being a victim doesn't mean you're stupid or weak. It means you're human. Second, don't isolate yourself. The shame and embarrassment that victims feel often leads them to withdraw from family and friends. Don't do that. Tell someone you trust. Talk about what happened. You'll be surprised how many people have experienced similar scams or know someone who has. You're not alone. Third, consider speaking with a therapist or counselor. Many seniors who fall victim to financial scams experience symptoms similar to PTSD, anxiety, depression, difficulty sleeping, intrusive thoughts. These are real trauma responses and they deserve professional attention. Fourth, connect with support groups. The AARP has resources for scam victims. Local senior centers often have support groups. There are online communities where people share their experiences and support each other. Fifth, take practical steps to regain control. Change your passwords, monitor your accounts, set up new security measures. Taking action helps combat the helplessness that comes with being victimized. Sixth, forgive yourself. This might be the hardest part. Many victims replay the call in their minds, thinking, "I should have known," or "I should have hung up." That self-blame is natural, but it's not helpful. Forgive yourself for being human, for being scared, for trying to do what you thought was right. Recovery from financial fraud isn't just about money. It's about rebuilding your sense of security and trust. Be patient with yourself. If you're watching this video to help an aging parent or grandparent, here's how to have this conversation without making them feel infantilized or incapable. Don't start by saying, "I'm worried you're going to fall for a scam." That immediately puts them on the defensive. Instead, share this information as something you learned that you found interesting. "Hey Mom, I just watched this video about Social Security scams. Did you know that scammers can make their caller ID show the real Social Security number? I had no idea." Make it a conversation, not a lecture. Ask if they've received any suspicious calls. Listen without judgment. If they have fallen for a scam, don't shame them. Don't make them feel stupid. Express empathy. "That must have been so scary. Those scammers are professionals. This happens to thousands of people." Help them take practical steps without taking over. Offer to help them set up call blocking. Offer to help them create a My Social Security account so they can monitor their benefits. Offer to be their verification call. If you ever get a call like this and you're not sure if it's real, call me first. We'll figure it out together. Create that family code word I mentioned earlier. Something only family members know. If anyone calls claiming to be a family member in trouble, they have to give the code word. This simple step prevents grandparent scams and creates a layer of security. The goal is to empower, not to control. Give them tools, give them information, give them support, but respect their independence and their intelligence. These conversations work best when they come from a place of love and respect, not fear and condescension. Let's recap the most important points. The Social Security Administration will never call you first. They communicate through mail. If you get a call claiming to be from Social Security, hang up. Call them back using the official number, 1-800-772-1211. Never give personal information over the phone to someone who called you. The 13 red flags: unsolicited calls, requests for personal information, threats of immediate consequences, artificial urgency, requests for payment, demands for secrecy, inability to verify identity, generic greetings, knowing your SSN, mentions of warrants, pressure to act immediately, unusual calling locations, and poor call quality. The verification system works every time. Listen but don't confirm, hang up, call Social Security yourself using the official number, and handle any real issues through official channels. If you've been victimized, act immediately. Contact your bank. Report to the FTC, the SSA Inspector General, and local police. Monitor your accounts. Seek emotional support. And remember, reporting these scams helps protect others. Every report creates data that law enforcement uses to track and stop these criminal operations. You might feel like your one report doesn't matter, but it does. Share this information with your loved ones. The people most likely to fall for these scams are the ones who haven't heard the warnings. Send this video to your parents, your grandparents, your elderly neighbors. Have these conversations. Create family code words. Set up security measures. Prevention is always easier than recovery. The criminals running these scams are counting on fear, isolation, and ignorance. But you're not ignorant anymore. You know the signs. You know the system. You know how to protect yourself. Knowledge is power, and shared knowledge is even more powerful. If this video helped you, subscribe to the channel. I'm putting out a new video every week with practical tips to keep you safe and informed. Hit that like button so more people can see this information, and share it everywhere. Post it on Facebook, send it in emails, text it to your family. The more people who see this, the fewer victims these scammers will claim. Remember, the Social Security Administration is there to help you, not to threaten you. If you ever have questions about your benefits, you can always call them directly at the official number or visit a local Social Security office. They want to help. That's what they're there for. Stay safe, stay informed, and never let fear make you act without thinking. Thanks for watching.